What is up? It is Monday Motivation, and I am excited for tonight. So I hope you all saw this short today. That was a fun short to make. But anyways, if you do not know who I am Pamela, aka Scooterrenee. I'm your host for Monday Night Motivation tonight, as I am for all Monday Motivations. Make sure you do the YouTube things. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the bell for all notifications, because I do all kinds of different things on my channel, so you don't want to miss anything. I go live. You never know when I'm going to go live. You can count on that I will mostly go live on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, most Fridays, and on the weekend, at least every other weekend. But that's why you want to have the bell rung for all notifications, so you know when I do go live, because occasionally I get to work from home. And so sometimes I'm doing auctions. So, yes, this is Monday Motivation Night, but I also do auctions on the other nights, days, weekend, whatever. So, make sure you give a thumbs up as well. I would greatly appreciate that. I love the thumbs. The thumbs are my best friend. So, also, if you are new to my channel and you would like to come to an auction, you don't have to fill out the joint form, but if you feel like you might want to buy something, you might be interested in something, if you will fill out the jot form, it is at the very top of the chat. And when you filled it out, let me know that you filled it out, and I'll make you blue either tonight or next time I see you in chat. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Again, if you are new, welcome in. I hope that you will continue to come on back to get some more motivation every Monday night. All my OGs, thank you for being here as always. I love seeing each and every one of you. Y'all are what motivates me to want to do this every Monday and show up every Monday. So, and the playback crew, I can't forget my playback crew, because you count as well, because, you know, you watch, you give a thumbs up, you might make a comment. So I can't forget you guys. So just goes to show you don't have to catch me live, but it is so much better when you do, because you get to be involved in the chat and involved as it going on right in front of you. So, yeah, welcome back, everybody. Let's see who all is in chat, and then we'll get this party going. So, let's see. First up, we had Stephanie in first. Not surprising. Welcome, Uni. Welcome. We got Joanne here. Hello, Joanne. Welcome in. Good to see you too. We got Nancy here. Welcome in, Nancy. So good to see you as always. And then we got Kathy Sweet. Hello. Working on that project. That's the perfect thing to be doing. Watch this while doing other things. Yes. Because you can listen. And that's the key thing. Not really about seeing my face. It's just about listening, right? Stephanie says she saw the short. There you go. Ring my bell. That's right. Ring my bell. All right. We got Lisa D here. Hello, Lisa. Welcome in. Good to see you. We got Revive It Sisters. Heather, I'm assuming, Shane, both. Welcome in. No matter what. You're both welcome, right? It's just me, Heather. See, I had to read Feather down in chat. So welcome in, Heather. Good to see you. All right. So more people will come in as they get the notifications as we go along. If you haven't said hello, come on in and say hello. Let me know that you're here. And all that good stuff. So, oh, that's awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. We are on... Believe it or not, we are on the 89th episode of Monday Motivation, which means we are starting the countdown next week, next Monday. We are starting the countdown to the 100th episode of Monday Motivation. So only 10 more episodes, 2 years and 5 months later. But who's counting, right? So major celebration is going to be coming up for the 100th episode. If y'all remember, I did that on the 20th episode, 25th episode. Even I can't remember that now. Cool Ranch, maybe the coolest little plaque thing and so forth. So I thought that was big just to accomplish that. But to get to the 100th episode, like, that just is mind-blowing to me. So, and those of you have been, like, here with me from the very first episode that I ever did. So yeah, thank you guys, because I would not be, y'all didn't keep coming back, then I would, have no need to do this, right? Hello, Tammy, Dream Chaser. Welcome in. Awesome auction. Proud of you guys. Welcome, welcome. So, yes, so 10 more weeks. I know there's Labor Day in there, but I think I have it like for September. It's either September or October. If everything plays out the way it should. Yeah, it'll be in October. In fact, it should probably be about October 21st. It's about right before my 50th birthday. I mean, how much better is that, right? So probably about October is when we should hit the 10th week and the 10th, the countdown and the 100th episode. So October will be an awesome month. So we will do a huge celebration. I haven't decided what all I want to do for that night. So just stay tuned. I'll be working on ideas in my head between now and then. But yes, so welcome, welcome. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, Lisa D, you're so sweet. Thank you. So tonight's topic, it is our last one in the book, You Are a Badass, which was the one with the yellow. This one is You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. So that is the book that we are finishing up tonight. I think its most appropriate topic of Beam Me Up Scooter in the book is actually called Beam Me Up Scotty, but how much fun is in that, right? So I changed it to Beam Me Up Scooter. We started this topic, we started the topics of this book in January 15-ish, I think is about when we started. And we are finally finishing up. And there are 27 chapters. There's 27 chapters in the whole book. And we covered all but 5. So that's 22 chapters that we did. So 22 weeks we have been reading this book and studying from it and everything. And I think what we might do is go ahead and cover the next book, which is You Are a Badass, Making Money. A lot of y'all said, yes, we want to do that book. So master the mindset of wealth. That's the next one. And then we'll do this other book either after that, or we might do something entirely different. I don't know. But we'll talk more at the end on that. So stay tuned for the end of tonight. Hello, my sister, Cool Ranch. Welcome, welcome. So cool. I don't know if you were just in here, but I was just talking about how we're on the 89th episode. So starting next week, we were doing the countdown to the 100th episode. And cool. And I was bragging about your little plaque that you made me. It's right behind the sign right behind me is right back there that she made me about, being the 20th, 25th episode. I can't remember which one it was. Cool. You probably remember. But yeah, I thought that was big then. Yeah, we're going big. All right. So I told you about all the chapters and everything. So congratulations, guys. Congratulations to you for the journey with me on this book. I mean, again, 22 chapters we've gone through, which means 22 weeks that we've been doing this. So I think we have all picked up some nuggets that we can use from these chapters and everything. And again, if you are interested in this book and ordering this book, it is down in the description. All you got to do is click on that link and order the book, and then you can read the other 5 chapters that we didn't cover. So let's finish this out. Let's finish strong tonight and everything. We're going to do a brief, I don't know if synopsis is the right word or not, but brief review over each of the chapters that we have covered, but they're just really brief, just kind of reminders of what we did, and then we'll finish out the last chapter. So, all right. Motivation nuggies. Yes. I like that, Steph. I love that. All right. Thank you, Stephanie, for catching that. Love you, girl. All right. So let me jump back over here. If I can get my cursor to work right. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. There we go. Back over here. Okay. So, positive spot thought. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. That is quoted by, if y'all all remember, Audrey Hepburn, right? She said, nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. So, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you're living in the future. And if you are at peace, you're living in the present. So I thought that was another great quote. In fact, I took it from one of the chapters we did not cover. So let's see. We're going to wrap all this up in a pretty little bow, put a little pretty bow on top of the package, and we're going to give this knowledge to our badass self because we all deserve this. So if you are new to my channel or you're just now tuning in, I'm going to give you a brief description of each chapter. So so this is going to be like Cliff Notes. So if you missed the other, if you missed all the other 21 chapters except for tonight, that's fine. We're going to briefly go over it just real quick. A good reminder for all of us of how far that we have come in this book. So now, remember, I jumped around in this book. I didn't go in chapter order. But the very first chapter that we covered in this book was on I Know You Are, But What Am I? And remember, I told you it sounded like Pee Wee Herman to me, the old show, Pee Wee's Playhouse. So that one was I Know You Are, But What Am I? In this chapter, it was about never waste time caring about what others think of you. Don't let criticism take power. See, there we go. This is what I'm talking about because that just happened. So no power to you. Hey, Harry, welcome in. Good to see you. Always good to see you, Harry. But yes, don't let criticism take power over you and don't get carried away with praise. Gracefully accept compliments, but don't look for the approval of others. Don't base your self-worth on others people's opinions of you. If you do this, your well-being is outside your control and depends on others instead. And in order to not care about what others think about you, number one, pay attention to your motivations. Number 2, always do your best. 3, trust your intuition. 4, find a temporary role model. And number 5 was love yourself. So if you remember, all her chapters end with that. So that was a very brief of what chapter 1, or not chapter 1, but the first chapter we went over was. So the next chapter was about what are you doing here? And this chapter was about to live a happy, fulfilling life. And in order to do so, you need to have a clear purpose. So to further discuss that, it says to find your calling, 1, you want to be an alien. Be an alien. Imagine you're an alien visiting Earth for the very first time. What would you devote your life to? If you were an alien for the first time on the planet Earth, what would you devote your life to? Hello, Aisha. Welcome in. Good to see you. Number 2, take the first right step. Instead of waiting for the perfect move, just start. A lot of y'all have done that and have said that. Like, you just took that first step, and that's all that matters. Thinking isn't enough to find answers. You also need to take action. Number 3 was do your best wherever you are. No matter where you are on your journey to find your calling, do your best. You can't, as I say, in the reselling business and everything, you can't compare your beginning to my middle. You can't compare where you're at starting out doing auctions or selling on different platforms that I sell on as well and stuff. You can't compare that to where I'm at. It's 2 totally different things. It's apples and oranges. So again, do your best wherever you're at in your journey. So don't reinvent the wheel. Put yourself out there so that you are more informed about what to do next. Number 5, don't get caught up in the thunderbolt hype. You may not find the perfect thing you have to do, and that's fine. Follow what makes sense at the moment. Hey, Selena, there's my feather sister. Welcome in. Welcome. Do what you can, when you can, how you can. Exactly. Don't depend on others. If you want to get out there, get out there. Don't depend or wait for other people to get you out there. Just do it. Let's see. Number 6 was listen to your intuition. Spend time alone without doing anything, and your intuition will tell you what to do. Be patient and you'll eventually receive inner guidance. Number 7 in the whole to find your calling was follow your fantasies and ignore what you have to do to survive, and ask yourself, what would you do if the money wasn't an issue? And then, of course, number 8 was love yourself. So we went through all that. What are you doing here? And then the next chapter, then we were on to talk about self-perception and how self-perception is a zoo for us. And so that was basically that it takes the same amount of energy and focus to believe that you're great as to believe you're terrible. So just as much as you think you're great, it takes the same amount of energy to believe that you're terrible. So, but we usually lean towards the latter, right? We tend to be our own worst critics. And so we tend to believe more that we're terrible at something instead of believing that we can do something, that we're good at something, and so forth. The solution to this is become your own fan. Become your own fan. Where are these trolls coming from, right? Yeah, just keep on keeping on. There we go. All right. Well, thank you, Lisa D. I was getting them too. So, but yeah, the you will find, if you are on YouTube, the more subscribers you get, the more trolls you get. So I guess that comes with the territory, but that's okay. That's okay. Go on with your badass self, right? Yes. All right. Continuing on before we were interrupted. The solution to this is to become your own fan, detach yourself, see your glory and potential, and recognize that we're all perfect in our own ways, right? That we are perfect in our own ways. Let's see. And then the big snooze was perhaps one of my favorite chapters that we covered, because if we can call it the BS, right? BS. So the big snooze, when we got into that was chapter 4 in the book. When we got into that, the big snooze is about, in the spiritual world, ego refers to false self. So when you see someone that's got a big ego, they're the false. That's all you're seeing is the false side of them. And a part of us that takes over and says how good we are as a way to hide our insecurities. That's why you'll see people boasting and everything, because they're covering up the insecurities that they have. Ego, which the author calls big snooze or BS, is driven by the false beliefs that we've accumulated ever into our subconscious of growing up. The BS gets validation from others. It's reactive, fear-based, and committed to living in the past and in the future. The true self, on the other hand, has a connection to the source energy. And if you remember, throughout her book, source energy refers to God. So those of you that believe in God and so forth, that's what she's referring to when she says source energy. And those that believe in another higher being, I think she does that to encompass everybody. But anyways, unlike the BS, the true self gets validation from within, is proactive, love-based, present-based, and lives in reality of limitless potential. Most people have built their entire lives around the belief that you can't go for it. So when someone else goes ahead and follows their dreams, the rest find it uncomfortable. This is why positive changes are often met with this disapproval of others, especially the people that are the closest to you. The BS does everything possible to prevent you from growing and changing. So that was probably one of my favorite chapters that we got into. Hello, Demetrius. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome. So we then got into talk about love and how we needed to love the one you is. Love the one you is. And that was so we could understand the basics of life. Or we understood the basics of life when we were born. And those basic things included breathing deeply, eating when we're hungry, ignoring criticism, and loving unconditionally. Hello, Francine. Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome. And so over time, we replaced those primal instincts with negative false beliefs. Don't invest in what other people tell you to invest in. Follow your instincts. Invest in what you believe in to live a rich, full, and authentic life. Never invest in the idea that you're not good enough. You're good enough. And what you think is all that matters. Love yourself by taking into account the following guidelines. And so she gives us 9 of them in that chapter. That was 1, appreciate how special you are. Number 2, drown yourself in affirmations. Y'all know I love affirmations next to acronyms, Number 3, do the thing that you love. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Number 5 was ditch the self-depreciating humor, how we make fun of ourselves and so forth. That's what she's talking about. Ditch that. Number 6 was welcome compliments and take care of yourself. Number 7 was don't compare yourself to others. Number 8, forgive yourself. And number 9 was to love yourself as always. Yeah, I'm not doing that, Tammy. I've never been that person. Nope. Y'all know me. When I go live, it's time to go live. All right. So that was love the one that you is. And then we were off to learn about how my subconscious made me do it. And in this chapter, about our subconscious mind making us do it, I got little brief notes from these chapters here. So that's why I keep looking down at. Number 6. There we go. This was actually the first chapter in the book, and we didn't cover this till a little bit later. So that was the first chapter, and so that one was about as a way to educate children. A series of beliefs are passed down from generation to generation, and this creates an illusion, a world that doesn't exist, and detaching yourself from those beliefs is difficult yet necessary. Humans have a conscious mind that allows us to process information, and an unconscious mind that is non-analytical and is based on feelings and instincts. That's what your subconscious is. The latter is the one that believes bless you. The latter is the one that believes what our parents told us when we were kids. In a way, the subconscious mind is a blueprint for our life, and we are controlled by those beliefs we acquire early on in our lives without realizing it. If your conscious and unconscious minds want different things, you'll feel confused. So that's what that whole chapter was about. And like I said, I'm just giving y'all a brief description of each chapter that we covered. And then we learned how our brain is our beat. So, and that's exactly how the title is the chapter is titled. Get my words turned around here. So number 7, trying to put these pages over here so I'm not going back and forth. So number 7, again, was your brain is your bee. Our thoughts are powerful because we create our realities through them. By visualizing something and believing in it, you can make it true. You have to change your thinking, and then the evidence will show up, not the other way around. Once you have your goal, focus on it and do everything you know how to make it happen. To tell your brain that you're in charge, number 1, ask and it is given. Clear your mind and connect with your source energy, asking what you want. Number 2 is act as if. As if. This is the idea that if you want something, behave as someone who already has it. Act like what you want is already happening. Meaning, if you're going to talk the talk, go ahead and walk the walk while you're at it. Go ahead and, we've all heard the dress for the job that you don't have. Go to work dressed up, even if you're working at McDonald's or whatever. Put on the makeup and do your hair and stuff like that, things like that. Number 3, upgrade your environment. Clean your house, redecorate it, and remove the clutter. Number 4, make a vision board. Give your mind images of the life that you want. Remember, we talked about vision boards? I know, right? It's like, where has time gone that they're 18 years old now? That is so crazy. Number 5, surround yourself with people who think the way you want to think. Avoid pessimists. to maintain a positive headspace. So don't be hanging out with the negative people if you don't want to be negative. Hang out with people who think big, take action, and make positive changes to make their dreams happen. And of course, number 6, love yourself. Right? Cool? Yes. I'm large and in charge. Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right. So after we cover about that, about our brain being our bee, the next chapter we cover was about leading with who you is. And in the book, the title is a little different. So I changed it because I didn't want to offend anyone by using what she said. But it was lead with your part is what it is. So say, fake it till you make it, right? Yes, there you go. Sweep that broom. Yeah, see, so Francine, I went to Pinterest and printed out a bunch of pictures, and that's what I did for my frame over there. So turning 50 is the bulk of it, what I want to achieve this next round of life. So it was what I said. Most of us can see what we want, and we will kill ourselves, literally kill ourselves to do things in a way that doesn't work. We keep banging our head against the dang wall, throwing things against the wall, whatever, see if something was going to stick. We just keep going and going and going, and it's not working. Why are we killing ourselves to try to make something that's not working work? Sometimes this requires a different approach. You want to stop, evaluate, look at things differently, and look for an easier alternative. By creating stories, we ignore the infinite possibilities that's available to us at a given moment. Some things are there all alone, and we simply don't notice them. Your reality is what you choose to focus on, right? Harry said, if you don't love yourself, then you can't love others. Got to have self-respect for yourself. Exactly. Yep. So shift your perspective, and in order to shift your perspective, in order to do so, you've got to, 1, become aware of what your stories are. Number 2, become aware of what you're gaining from your stories. Number 3, get rid of your stories. Write all the false rewards on a page, fill them, thank them, and release them, and then replace them with new, more positive truths. Focus on the new truths and notice how happy they make you. These new truths become your new affirmations. So you want to write them down where you can see them and repeat them often. Number 4, take action. Never believe you're ruled by your past circumstances. Number 5, get out of your routine. That's kind of hard to do, right? Number 6, sidestep the spiral. When something negative happens, feel it, learn from it, have your pity party, get it all out of your system, and then let it go. And then number 7, love yourself. Francine says, God bless that is wonderful, Scooter. 50 is turning point, right? And Matthew at 49. Wow, yes, that was definitely your turning point, right? I didn't know that about you. That is awesome, girl. Selena, I hated myself for a long time because of things that happened to me in my past. Y'all know. I've been working on myself. I can say I love myself now. Big words for me to say. Yes, see, that's why I love doing these Monday motivations, because I get to watch you all grow. I get to watch you change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts. I get to encourage you. I get to coach you, whatever you want to put in there. That's what I love about doing this. You also should have confidence in yourself and always know that positivity is the way to go, right? We talked about that last week. Get out of your headspace when you start feeling yourself being negative, when you start feeding into that poison and everything. Do whatever helps you. For me, it's turning my radio over to K-Love. When I start feeling myself getting to that negative headspace and I just am eating up, I'm mad, I'm PO'd, whatever. If I get over there and get the music going, I can usually kind of change my attitude, turn my thoughts around and everything. That's what I do. Cool Ranch. Awesome. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I take a dry erase marker. So then it wipes off just like when you use on a dry erase board. And I put my things up on the mirror. Robert and I will put things, little notes to each other. Sometimes it might be something, hey, set the air temp, whatever. But like, I just noticed this morning, he put on the mirror, love you. And that's all it says. And that's all, that just makes my world. It makes my day start off so good when he puts little notes like that. And we don't do it all the time, so it doesn't get like old and routine. So yeah. All right. So after all that, after we learned about, that we're in control and everything, we then learned how to give and let give. And that was, let's see, a number of these, but that obviously didn't help, did it? All right. Give and let give. And that chapter, all it was about was giving is one of life's greatest joy. The more you give, the more you receive, and vice versa. And to attract good things and feelings, give to everyone around you. Give to everyone around you. Right? See, that's so cool, Steph. I love that. It's just little things like that you can use to improve someone else's day. You're fine, cool. You're fine. All right. So we then learned in the next chapter about how gratitude is the gateway drug to awesomeness. And that was about being in the state of constant gratitude. Without gratitude, you're powerless. Gratitude and faith, they go hand in hand and feed off of each other. And so to be more grateful, the authors gave us 3 ways to do that. And number 1 was when something good or bad happens, no matter what, good or bad, practice saying this is good because that's one thing sometimes I've hated about myself is always try to find the positive side in something, the silver lining, whatever, sometimes, because it's like, okay, there's got to be something to be learned in this. There's got to be something that, to be grateful for, whatever. So sometimes I fight myself on that. And then, of course, number 2 was review your day by thinking about 10 things that you're grateful for. And I've told y'all, I challenge y'all, when you get in that headspace, if you sit down and write at least 10 things, you're probably going to come up with more than that. And it was things like thankful that you can see, thankful that you can hear, thankful that you have a voice, thankful that you have legs that walk, starting with those things, and then being thankful for the home you live in, thankful for the car you drive, whatever. You can just go on and on and on. You're going to find things that you should be grateful for. And then number 3 was love yourself. Francine says, always better to give than receive. However, never expect anything in return. That is the truth of giving. Amen? Yes. And sometimes a lot of us, and even myself at times, not 100% perfect, never will be, but we forget that. We so forget that about not expecting anything in return. Hello, Christy. Welcome in. Good to see you. Oh, I love it. Post-it notes about the coffee maker. Yes, with your thoughts and prayers. Help with no expectations of return just because you want to help others succeed, right? I took it off my board. But yes, that was one of my favorite Zig Ziglar quotes about if you help enough people succeed, you will get everything you want in life. So I love that. Harry says, yeah, like I used to hate when people would film themselves feeding the homeless. But I got to thinking this way, at least God sent someone to help that person, right? Yes. When does Cool Ranch not look beautiful? That's what I want to know. When does she not look beautiful? I just realized my chat's not moving over to YouTube. It's moving over in StreamYard, but not in YouTube. All right, let me fix that. Okay, so then from there we went to we became a Wilma. We became Wilma in the next chapter on Loosen Your Bone. That was a fun chapter. As hard as it may seem, try to go with the flow. I would challenge Robert to do this. To do so, the author provides a series of tips. Don't complain about what you can't change. Talk and be kind to strangers. Expect the unexpected and learn to enjoy it. Find humor in annoying situations. And love yourself was the last thing. Okay, now my chat's back up. There we go. Okay. I was in the ocean where I told these people my sister is in heaven. They were from Tennessee. I started crying. She held me in the ocean and let me cry. She said, God sent me here right now for you. Just let it out. I just got chills. They say when you get chills, it's always true. God, again, I believe God puts people, and Selena, I've talked about this, that he puts people in our lives for a season. It might be for a minute. It might be a few hours. It might be, a week. It could be a month, a couple of years, a few years. But God will put people in our lives as we need them. And the season varies with each person. So then, after we talked about loosening our bone, we then went over to it's so easy once you figure out that it isn't hard. And so that one, I noticed towards the end. One second, guys. I promise you that's where we went. Okay, that was chapter 17. So chapter 17 was about that it's so easy once you learn that it's not so hard. And so most of us, we can see what we want, and that is so not it. That, or I mixed up the papers. So that one was pretty much about, that so many times we will take things and we'll make it so much harder than what it really is. If we would just stop and think and just do. Again, a lot of times we make things 10 times harder than what it should be. And once we figure out that it's not so hard, everything's easy. So that was that chapter. I've got my notes mixed up here, so I apologize. And then we discussed about the drama of overwhelm. No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying. Cool Ranch is always beautiful. Okay? The drama of overwhelm. That was most of the problems in our lives we create ourselves. Most of the drama that we have in our lives, we have created ourselves, and they are unnecessary. You want to appreciate what you have, the opportunities, the ideas, the people, the tasks, the interests, experiences, and responsibilities. These are the 3 most common complaints related to overwhelm. 1, how many of y'all have heard, there's not enough time? Time is in your mind. Make time work for you. Act like time matters. Identify your distractions and build defenses against them, and break tasks into small chunks. You can't eat a whole elephant. You've got to break it into chunks. Number 2, there's too much to do. Okay, don't talk about how busy you are. Get someone else's help if you need it. Question if everything you have to do is equally important. Delegate to those around you when possible. And prioritize the tasks that you have to do because everything else is secondary. Number 3, I'm exhausted. Make the time to do inspiring things. Take time off or your body will make you sick due to the stress. And of course, number 4 was love yourself. Let me go see what Cool Ranch is over here lying about. What is she over here lying about? Hold on, I'm trying to get my pages in order too. I'm thinking our season is almost over. Right? Yeah, you've been with me ever since I started on YouTube, and that was 5 years ago. Yeah, I don't see that being over anytime soon. That's so sweet, Selena. I love it. Yes. Right? All right. So then we went from there and we discussed about millions of mirrors. Millions of mirrors was the next chapter that we had covered. And that one was about that other people are our mirrors that we surround ourselves with. Who you surround yourself with reflects who you are. Who you surround yourself, it reflects who you are. This is so very, very, very true in so many different levels. Even if you dislike someone, there's something about that person that resonates with you. And if you confront those feelings, you might become a better person. Admitting you don't like something is the first step to letting it go. By standing up to someone, you have to rewire your own beliefs about yourself. And so how to be unapologetic for that? Well, number one, when you notice something you dislike about others, think about why that happens. Number two, question your own false beliefs. Number three was help, but don't enable. Helping others is great, but don't let them pull you down or drain your energy. Don't let them pull you down or drain your energy. If they're making you feel depressed, heavy, or resentful, stop helping them. I mean, remember, when I'm pointing a finger at you guys, I got 3 pointed back at me, and that one is resonating with me. Number four, it's painful to be around certain people, so get away from them. That would be my stepdad. It's painful to be around him. And that's a hard one for me. Number five, love yourself. Love yourself. Okay, so, and again, guys, if you want further explanation on each of these, go back and watch the past episodes. We cover each of them more in depth on those. I'm just, like I said, giving y'all a brief one until we get to the last chapter. Then I'll dig in a little bit deeper. Want to be a feather. Guys, if you don't know what that's about, go back and watch that video a while back. I was talking about being knockdowns or nothing but feathers, if you look at them that way. Then we jumped over and we talked about the sweet life. The sweet life. And that was when you love someone, the best thing that you can do is appreciate them while you still have the chance. Something similar happens with projects and experiences. You should do them before it's too late. Also, love yourself while you still can. Question mark, right? Cool. And then we covered the chapter on the almighty decision. If y'all remember that chapter, that's where we had Phyllis Hodges on with us to discuss that in her book, Girl Power. Those of you that are new, that wasn't here on that one, I've also have left her link down below in the description as well. So if you would like to order your copy of Girl Power, there's your link. But over there, we talked about that when you focus wholeheartedly on a goal, regardless of the obstacles along the way, you're likely to achieve it. You have to be committed and determined. Temporary failure is expected, but you have to trust your vision. The key is to want something so much that you'll decide you'll get it. Chances are you will. But in order to succeed, you have to, one, have big desire to get it. Number two, improve over time. Number three, don't take part in the negotiation process. Don't sit there and negotiate with yourself. Number four, be tenacious. And number five, love yourself. You want to be the light in someone's life. You want to be light as a feather and lift them, not weigh them down. Right? Yes. That's been an inside thing between Selena and I. That's why we call each other Feather Sisters. So, yeah. And it's all from that one motivation I did. It wasn't even with this book. And it was talking about, being feathers and so forth. Let's see. And then perhaps the next subject that we covered, which was my favorite, but we discussed in the chapter of money is your new best friend, which is why I think it might be important that we do the next book. But money is your new best friend. Become the person who gets away with what they want. Get out of your comfort zone when it comes to money. This will let you see that there's more available than what you might think. This refers to material things or experiences. You can pay for it with the money you have or come up with ways to get the money you need. If you want something bad enough, you'll figure out a way to afford it. The act of borrowing money, selling things, or getting a loan can be transformative. Making money isn't about making money per se. It's about the experiences it enables. Believe that you can get what you want and do it. Although we don't need money for things other than the basics to survive, if you feel like you deserve things that make you happy, that's fair too. To improve the world, you first have to improve yourself. That's what my stepdad has told me all my life. You've got to invest in yourself. Nobody else is going to do it. The money is there if you want it. You just need a sense of clarity and urgency to get it. Treat your dreams with a similar determination. So that was that one. And then we covered remember to surrender. And that one was that sometimes we want something so bad we might scare it away. This doesn't mean to give up. It means to let go and create some space between you and what you want. The idea is that we trust that thing will eventually find its way back to us. And then we covered forgive or fester. That was probably an important chapter for me. Forgive or fester. And that one was that when we suffer physical pain. So if y'all remember, I asked you when you cut yourself, when, if you prick yourself with something or whatever, when you're focused on relief, when it's a physical pain, you focus on getting rid of that relief to make it better. We're more likely to endure emotional pain despite, though, because of the guilt, the shame, the resentment, and self-loathing it might bring. Don't let negative feelings from the past affect your present. Forgive and you'll be free. Forgiveness isn't about someone else. It is about you. To forgive, in order to forgive, you have to find compassion. Number 2, erase the other person from the equation. Number 3, decide you'd rather be happy than right. Number 4, look at it from all angles. Number 5, get it out of your system and let it go. Number 6, soon you won't even remember this. It will be a blip on the radar. Number 7, forget about it and start from scratch. Just totally start over if you have to. And number 8 was to love yourself. Well, that's what we'll do, cool. That's what we'll do. And so after we forgive or fester, then we jumped over to the chapter of doing versus spewing. And that one was anyone can read, anyone can study, anyone can understand a lesson. But the important part is that if you're going to do anything with it. Anybody can do it, but are you going to actually put it to work for you? Success is about getting uncomfortable and making a habit out of it. To make the universe work for you, this is what you have to do. And there was 9 things. 1, eliminate bad habits. Our habits define us, so keep the good ones and get rid of the bad ones. Find the behaviors that can make the most positive changes in your life and turn them into habits. Number 2, remember to breathe. Focus on your breathing to connect with source energy. Remember the whole breathe in for 8, breathe out for 7, or breathe in for 7, breathe out for 8. Yeah, I need to go back and review that one myself. But yes. Number 3 was hang out with people who have the traits you want for yourself. Number 4 was to be honest about your goals. Number 5 was write down your goals and ideal life and read that often. Number 6 was get some coaching and mentoring. Number 7 was get in shape. Number 8 was motivate yourself with music, pictures, audiobooks, and movies. I love the whole thing about music, though, for that one. And number 9 was to love yourself. And then last week we discussed that fear is for suckers. Fear is for suckers. And I like that one. Let's see. Selena said, I'm going to write what happened down and title it An Angel in the Ocean. I know that's in left field, but I write down miracles, and then I see God's blessing. Yes. No, that's perfect. Like I told you, Selena, I bought myself a journal when Robert and I were in Oklahoma for my brother's memorial race. And on the front of the cover, it's got the Bible verse talking about if you don't ask for it, you don't receive it. And it's the scripture, the verse from that. And so and it's on a leather binder or leather notebook cover type thing. Anyways, but that book is where I'm going to start writing down all of the things I'm going to ask God for, and so forth. And kind of like my prayer journal, and then go back and see what's been answered and so forth. So yes, it is good for you. Right? So fear is for suckers. Fear is usually a choice. When possible, don't engage with it. Fear is all around with us, and we turn it into a habit. Remember, we talked about things that, that used to scare us when we were little kids, and there's things that should scare us, but there were things that shouldn't have scared us. And I told y'all the story about Emma and the zip lining, and how I could have instilled some fear in her that wasn't necessary. So that's what that was about. Fear hasn't happened yet because fear lives in the future. We're fearing something. We're dreading something because we think it's going to be so horrible. It hasn't happened yet. So to navigate through fear, she gives us to think about something you did that was scary, then look back on it and think about how it isn't terrifying anymore. Fear can be a waste of time if you let it. Let's see. Number 2 was make fear work for you, not against you. Wow, isn't that crazy, Harry? Like that is a God moment right there. Like that blows my mind. Also, Francine, I know this one's a little bit more kind of all over the place, but like I said, I'm just giving a brief description of each chapter that we've already covered, and then we're going to end it. So, but Harry was sharing that they had a drive-by shooting there the other day. A man and his daughter got caught up in the fire, and neither of them didn't have a mark on them. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. Right, cool? Yes. All right. So number 2 was making fear work for you, not against you. Fear is about the perspective. So change your perspective to be afraid, not of what you do, but what you choose not to do because you're afraid. Number 3, chances are nothing terrible is happening to you at this very moment. So don't worry about what might happen before it does. Be in the moment. Also, the thought of it happening is usually worse than the reality itself. A lot of times it is. Number 4, be conscious of the information you consume. If you're reading the newspaper or articles online and that's all negative, or if you're watching the news and it's all negative, and you're feeding that to yourself, whether you know it or not, subconsciously you're feeding the negativity to you. So therefore you have the doom and gloom, the Eeyore mentality about everything. So be conscious of what information you're giving yourself. Number 5, don't waste time in bed thinking about things that you find upsetting. Don't do that at 3 a.m. in the morning unless you think that you can get up and go fix it at 3 a.m. in the morning. Use the mornings to meditate and get rid of the bad thoughts. And then number 6 was love yourself. So that was last week that we covered. Chat before I jump into the last chapter. Right? Lord was looking out for them. Yes. So, our last chapter that we're covering tonight is a short and sweet, and again, is Beam Me Up Scooter. It's really Beam Me Up Scotty, but Beam Me Up Scooter. So, I know I rambled there and I went through it quickly as well, but are you guys ready to be beamed? If you are, then I want you to put in chat, Beam Me Up Scooter, if that is you. If I still have you here, if you're still here with me 55 minutes later, after going all through that, then in chat, put Beam Me Up Scooter if that's you. If you're ready to be beamed up, if you're ready to wrap this all up and be done. with that book. Put Beam Me Up Scooter. Beam Me Up Scooter. There's Nancy Smith. There we go. There we go. Joanne, beam me up, Scooter. Beam me up, Scooter. I wish we really could do that, though. It would make traveling so much easier. Stephanie, Selena, yes. Y'all are still here with me. All right, guys. I'm going to take this time. Thank you, Lisa D. Kathy Sweet. Yes. You on the other side of my monitor. You're not really over on the other side of my monitor, but you on the other side of this screen. I'm wanting to talk to you, and only you at this moment. It's just me and you here. I don't care how old or young you are. I don't care if you're homebound or you work out of your house or you work at another place. I don't care if you're rich or if you're poor. Wherever you are at in life, at this very moment on July 22nd, 2024, at 8:58 Central, I want you to hear this tonight. Thank you, Cool. I want you to hear this tonight. Go after your dreams with an unwavering determination. Whatever you want to achieve in your life, no matter how it may appear or how it may feel, believe in its attainability. Believe in yourself. It's within your reach, and you absolutely, 100%, no apologies, deserve it. You deserve to be, you deserve to do, and you deserve to have it. So why not go for it? Be done with the excuses. The excuses are done. It's just me and you, Cool, right? Pursue your dreams with confidence. Give yourself permission and the means. And yes, that can include money. If you want it bad enough, you'll figure out ways to get what you need to afford what you need to do. Yes, Nancy, yes. Go for it. No more excuses. Regardless of what anybody else thinks or says about you, believe that it is possible. Remember to never deny yourself the life you want to live because you're worried that you're not good enough, that you might be judged, or that it's just too big of a risk. Don't deny yourself, because who benefits from that? Who benefits from that? No one. That's who. No one benefits from that. When you live your life doing the things that excites you, that you are good at, that brings you joy, that makes you want to share with others, you walk around with a radiating positivity, that light. Do the things that makes you want to shove stuff in people's faces and scream, check this out. Check this out. You said I wasn't going to be able to do this. Let me show you how I did. Check this out. The light that you possess automatically brightens the world around you. Your purpose is to shine brightly onto the world of ours, a world that literally depends upon the light to survive. So I want you, on the other side of this screen, I want you to say these 3 things out loud to yourself, no matter where you are. I don't care if you're in a restaurant. I don't care if you're at the movie theaters. I don't care if you're at home. I don't care if you're in bed. I want you to say these things out loud to yourself, no matter who you're with. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, but that's okay. It's okay. Because who cares what other people are thinking? Who cares? So are y'all ready? Are you ready? I want you to tell yourself, again, no matter where you're at, scream it out loud, guys. Be proud, roar. Y'all know that's my thing. Say it out loud. You are powerful. Don't say you, but say I. I am powerful. You are loved. You are surrounded by miracles. So I am powerful. I am loved. I am surrounded by miracles. Believe it, breathe it, live it, eat it, dream it. Really believe that what you desire is here and is available to you. And guess what, my friends? When you do that, you can have it all. And as always, love yourself, because you are a badass. If you're with me still and you love these topics that we covered over the last few months and you want more, put in chat, give me more of that, Scooter. Give me more of that, Scooter. Did anybody look at you funny, Selena? Did it matter, right? Give me more of that, Scooter. If y'all want more of this type of thing, yes. Julia came downstairs just in time. We both said out loud, yes, yes, you are powerful. You are loved. You are surrounded by miracles. Yes. I am powerful. I am loved. I am surrounded by miracles. Say that in your mirror in the mornings. Because again, you're either going to get a good laugh or you're going to start believing it. Right? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Stephanie, Francine, Joanne, Heather, Echo, and welcome in, Echo. So good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope recovery's going good for you still. That's right, Lisa D. Give me more of that. Yes. So I'm going to give you more of that because we're going to jump over into the next book next week. So. All right, guys. Like I said at the beginning, I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue on to the next book that she wrote. And that one, again, will be about that you are a badass at making money. Master the mindset of wealth. I'm going to show you the book. If you want to take a picture of it, go ahead and grab it. I'll put it in the description next week. I forgot to do that today. But, if you want to be able to kind of follow along, I don't know if we'll cover every chapter. I plan on it because there's only 13 chapters in this book. So it's going to be a very short book, but 13 chapters, which means 13 weeks. But yes, that's what we are going to do. So let me know that you're okay with that in chat. The next book, which is why I was kind of torn on what we're going to do. That's right. I am woman. Hear me roar. Hey, Josie, welcome in. Good to see you. But the other book I want to do, which we'll probably do after we do this one, this is called Women at Halftime, and it's Principles for Producing Your Successful Second Half. So those of us that are at halftime in life, that's going to be the next book that we do. So I decided we'll go ahead and do this one because I'm kind of curious about this one. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it right along with you guys, and I'm going to share my thoughts and like we've been doing on the other one. So yeah, we're going to do this one because I'm curious. I'm curious and I want to learn, right? All right. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Oh, I understand, Stephanie. You're good. You're good. I understand that. I, of all people, and several others of us in chat understand that. That's right. You're never too old to live your best life. That's right. That's why I love your YouTube name. Love it. All right. This week, Tomorrow night, Selena and I will not be live because I have a vendors meeting that I have to be at. And then Wednesday night, I will be live with Dream Chaser Tammy. We'll be live at 7:30 p.m. Central. And then Thursday night, Cool Ranch will be back with me. Friday day, as I like to say it, Selena makes fun. She loves me to say that now. So now I say it out of habit. Friday day is I will do probably a pop-up that afternoon about 2 p.m. Central. Again, Harley will come on with me to moderate and all that good stuff. And then Saturday, if Selena is back and feeling up to it, then we will do our speed sales Saturday to bring you the deals that you need to be ready to steal. So, all right, let me make sure. Nice session. Love it. If you can't be here, you can go to Scooterrenee LLC channel and be in the watch back crew. Yes, the playback crew. The playback crew. All right, guys. Again, make sure you do all the YouTube things. You want to be subscribed to my channel. And you want to have that bell rung so you don't miss any of the notifications because there's tons of stuff that goes on this channel. And a thumbs up on your way out. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. So you guys have an awesome night. If I don't see you at one of my sales, have a great week. Have a great rocking week. Again, practice those things that you are powerful, that you are loved, and that you are surrounded by miracles. Just be saying that to yourself all this week. But if I don't see you at one of my sales, have an awesome week. Hopefully I'll see you somewhere around the YouTube. But beam me up, Scooter. Let's do this thing. Good night, guys.